everybody. I am the Weirdo with the Beardo, and welcome to our second main playthrough on this channel. And then we will be playing through Vampyr. Just left this warning up on the screen. If the developers seemed to keep the need to keep it in here, then I believe just having this on screen will be good. In Vampyr, every action you take can have consequences. Take responsibility for your actions. So this is a very narrative-driven game. I have played the smallest amount of it in the past, and I know two things. I'm a doctor, and I'm a vampire. So let's just make sure that the game looks as pretty as I can make it pretty. Okay. We will be playing on normal.
"12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Okay, here we are. And I'm seeing some screen tearing, so let me just... There we go. Much better. I see blood.
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Mary. No, no. It's horrible. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me.
This is a good start. Let's run.
No! No! Don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening.
It is.
No! Please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Has it fled?
Shit, where'd it go? Now, I can defend myself.
Okay.
Kill that thing! Over there!
Who are you?
Ow.
Stay back!
Don't let it out!
Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Okay, combat's not too bad. Let's go.
Who are you? Stupid beast!
It's down! Finish it!
Sorry.
Can't pick up weapons off the enemies. Okay.
No, please, stop!
That doesn't like burning, does it?
Who are you?
Fuck, it's fast!
What do you want?
To kill you, probably. It's kind of their aim so far. Ah, hi.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone.
Okay, so I wonder what kind
I
of
need to
vampire I am
find somewhere
here.
to hide. Let me go!
So sunlight, yes. Ow.
I need to find shelter.
So I wonder what kind of vampire I am.
Is anybody there?
Sunlight, obviously, seems to hurt.
What is this place?
Don't know what the sprinkles were, possibly like silver dust. Wonder if water hurts. That'd be kind of problematic.
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Brother, what have you done? Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Mary appears to be dead, I'm afraid. Fire and sun. Leeches do not fear the sun or fire, and they do not burst into flames or ashes when they are caught under rays of daylight, but it hurts them good, really good. I have personally chained a vampire to a tree to see what would happen when the sun rises. Its skin blackened in a few minutes as if it was burning from the inside. Its eyes and flesh melted, and I saw its unholy bones move and squeal as the beast tried to escape all day long. In the end, only a desiccated corpse remained, from which started to slowly regenerate when the sun disappeared behind the horizon. I cut its head off to finally destroy it, and when I tried to test the same test with fire, the bloody leech never came back from the ashes. Fire is our weapon of choice, brothers. To burn the beast is the best way to kill it for good. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldridge. Pruin Leader. Okay, so sun isn't a big problem, just hurts. I'm gonna get bullets at some point. Junk, quest items. Stamina, life, blood. Actives. Can I Q&E to zoom in and out? Okay, so it seems to be a sizable chunk of... Oh, where would this be? That's the River Thames, Southwark. I don't know London well enough. Yeah, I don't know London well enough to know whereabouts I'm looking at. That's the Tower Bridge. Okay, yeah, so I know whereabouts I'm looking at now. Interesting. Quests. People. And investigations. Cool. Seems to be plenty to do.
The sun is high. I cannot leave now.
Understood. This movement's a little bit erratic on keyboard. Might move to a controller. Bottle of alcohol, always good to have. She looks pretty.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
That's impossible.
I got my watch back. Anything else? Nope. Shinies. Oh, do I have a reflection? Apparently so.
12 dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as blood.
Who goes there?
A prayer for the summoned by warrior song. A child born from darkness must take scent of his path.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish.
Interesting.
still have so much left that needs doing.
Yep, and now you're a vampire, so you can do that and more. Oh, hi, fella. I guess that's your wife downstairs. Or what's left of her.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
This is true.
No, it never got easy.
Well, the killing or the healing. Okay, look for shiny things.
The sun is high. I cannot leave now.
No, so what do I do? This is a door or something I'm missing. Sleep. Oh. Bloody diary. 15th October. Bad sleep. Becky coughed all night and the fever made her delirious. I heard a loud noise in the morning. It's a big machine some men brought by the banks to dig a hole in the ground. It was some sort of mechanical shovel. Maybe I could go there and ask for some work. Becky needs medicine. 16th October. I talked to the men with the mechanical shovel. They told me they are digging mass graves all around London. Safety measures, apparently. Is there a new epidemic? Is the flu coming back? They had no work for me. Becky slept a little last night. The foundry is being closed, and there are no more jobs nearby. 19th October. I went to London to find some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me the whole day across the Thames and come back. Becky seemed better. I made a soup she ate. I found no drugs, only a few syringes and some sleeping pills on the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I could go to the Pembroke Hospital tomorrow. But it's so far, and I fear leaving my wife so long. 19th October. Becky threw up the meal a few hours after she ate. She's so frail now, it makes me cry. She says that she hears voices outside at night. She says she wants to eat meat. Where would I find meat? Tomorrow I'll barricade the house to protect us from looters. 21st October. The men with the mechanical shovel have stopped digging the mass grave. I heard shouts last night, as if they were attacked. Now there are only a few boats throwing bodies day and night into the giant hole. The smell is terrible. We should have left this house a week ago. But Becky? She refuses to leave. She'd rather die, she said with a nasty smile. Why is she torturing me so? 22nd October. Becky just attacked me. She jumped on me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. I went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. I retrieved the gun I hid in the ceiling since the war to protect the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself from my own wife. October 23rd. I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid to open it. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It would not be long. I pray God it will end soon. 24th of October. I was so hungry. I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me without moving, just following me around the room with her eyes. I pointed the gun at her soft face, but she did not react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. October 25th. The house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Huh? Entschuldigung. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I'll be with you soon enough. Oh, so this is the happy house. I think Becky may have become a vampire.
None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
Okay. So all I did was make a mess of the sheets. Wonderful.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who tames blood in sunlight into a glowing flesh.
Evolution. Hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest, spend experience points to level up and improve your vampiric skills. Begin by selecting the skill Autophagy. 200 healing, cost 10, recovery 3.0. You drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravated damage instantly. Oh, even that levels up. Interesting. Spend points. There we go. Passive. The vampire uses the power of his blood to heal normal and aggravated damage, increasing his flesh, nerve and bone regeneration. With time, this vampiric ability can be extremely powerful and is sure to surprise any unwary vampire hunter. We think of vampires as immortal, but if you can block their unnatural regenerative capabilities, they are more vulnerable than you think. Okay. And I still have enough XP to unlock an aggressive skill. Choose one now. Claws. Close range strike that will cut through all living creatures. Throw a spear made of blood which can pass through enemies in front. It's ranged. And place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet or yours. The cloud will explode after a short time, creating heavy damage. Since they seem to have guns, that sounds like a good idea to me. The vampire wields their blood and throws it like a spear. This power can take time to charge, but it is deadly and effective at medium to long range. It's a powerful supernatural tool for vampires who don't like close combat. If you cannot avoid the bloodsucker's attack, just try to keep your mouth closed. Now select confirm. Cool.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
Okay, she's gone.
it! It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
Okay, that's pretty cool.
My head's spinning.
Come out, you coward!
It's locked.
It's locked, okay.
Fucking beast!
Use the stick. All found weapons can be used by pressing right mouse. Cool.
I'm still in Southwark.
So
I must reach the West End. Go back home. I cannot enter.
It looks like I'm level 3. Use stick to stun. Stunned enemy can be bit.
Die, vermin!
A strength I never knew I had.
Okay. Can I do a stealth attack?
It's one of them!
This shouldn't be possible.
Okay, I think it's time to switch to a controller, because my controller keeps occasionally vibrating. So, B to dodge, Y to stick. Yeah, there we go. That works.
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire.
Yeah, that actually feels nicer to play.
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Yeah, it feels nice to control as well. Okay. Yeah, okay, the combat's not too bad.
My reflexes
So can I lose
are not human anymore.
Do not forget to loot. Ooh. So if I can go up here, is this just a hide or is there something up here? Okay. Southwark Bridge, which still stands out to me as one of the weirdest spelt ways to pronounce something ever. I remember the first time I saw that and saw it pronounced, I was super confused. Join the ranks. Your king and country need you. Join the British ranks and help the brave lads at the front. So judging by the fact that it's 1918, that means we're at the back end of the First World War.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Yeah, really? Wait a minute, what? I can feed on rats?
This is despicable.
But I mean, it's blood, right?
It's locked, all right.
Rat
It's
blood
locked.
might not be the best blood, but blood is blood. And let me guess. Whoosh. Hell yeah.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Money, please. Thank you. Okay, more rats. I don't think I'm gonna make it a habit to eat rats.
What will
desperate
London
yet.
have to say to me?
Probably the same thing they've been saying
I've
so far.
many questions unanswered.
You know, like die monster, die leech. Get away from me, you know? But to be honest, that just sounds like London.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Leap of logic, but at very least his assailant, yeah.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong.
Did that box shine? Aha. Aluminium shard and grease. I can now make a greasy shiv. Okay, vampire.
Something dire must have come about. Where has everyone gone?
Probably hiding from all the vampires that seem to be around. Yeah, whoosh. Just found a new hideout. Here you can spend XP while resting or craft items at the crafting bench. Oh, what's with the lights? Oh. Try and avoid that. Crafting. On a workbench you can craft medical treatments to heal 6 citizens, serums to boost yourself, and weapon upgrades to improve and customize weapons. Nice. So, what can I do with that? Upgrade it, I need common handle lead plate, enhanced damage, okay. Can upgrade the stake. Pretty cool, and I imagine the revolver can upgrade quite a lot. Looks like each one I can select like a perk, which is pretty nice. These are recyclable, which means good resale value. I can. Okay, so I probably want to keep that watch to sell it, maybe, depending on how. Yeah, because it seems to be like a rarity system. Brown seems to be the lowest. Blue, green then blue. Actually, let's look at the gun for the colours. So, brown, green, blue, purple, and then orange. Yep, typical rarity scale. So this is going to give me one, potentially 2 green, and a blue. This is going to give me plenty of basic stuff. You know what? For now, we'll just recycle both and hope for the best. Sepsis, anemia, and fatigue. Okay. That's very nice to have. A refill all ammo button. I've got 500 XP, which I think for another combat thing I needed 1,000. Common handle parts, that's parts for the gun, but I needed more than one, right? I needed 3 for the revolver. Tiny handle, so that means you will do common handle, yeah, 3. Okay. Not upgrading anything yet. Torn off page of a diary. Looking away, they mock my colour. I hate myself. For crying like a girl when they insult me, I hate myself. For swearing like a boy when they're gone, I hate myself. For hating my parents, I hate myself. For smiling when customers call me sad Verena, I hate myself. For never finding the courage to tell Tom how I truly feel, I hate myself. I'm getting the feeling that she doesn't like herself. Just discovered a hint, reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. Sabrina Cavendish. As a vampire, you'll need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn if you feed on this citizen. Unlocked hints increase the amount of XP. Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm going to be preying on innocent victims, which I suppose is normal vampire stuff. But the question is, with the whole choices at the beginning of the game, how much am I going to need to rely on that? Or is that just going to be one of those moral choice things where if I just feed on everybody I can get the chance to, the game will be easier, or if I try to limit how much I'm eating people, the game will be harder.
It's locked, all right.
Dude, you're a vampire. I'm sure I could just smash the window or something. Especially since there's something shiny in there. Can I just... no? Okay. Okay, I'm completely off track again. Is there a sprint button? No. Killer's Trail. Oh, shiny. War Munitions Volunteers. Britain's working together. Skilled workers in engineering and kindred trades. Enroll today as War Munitions Volunteers. Support the men at the front with plentiful supply of munitions. You will not suffer in wages. Get into the factory line and feed the firing line. I wonder how many of these posters are real. Okay, let's actually continue with mission. The turquoise turtle. Umbrellas repaired and covered. Picture frames made to order. Needles and supplies. Cool. What's on the menu? Steaks, liver and bacon, salt, fish, egg, fruitier, greengrocer, bread, flour, cheese. Plenty.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turtle.
Hello.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
A long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Okay, any leads on a
Do the
suspect?
police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Okay. What is this
Where
place?
am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
And you're open all night?
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
And you're not scared?
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Who is he?
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
Okay, how long's he been
How
here?
long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Yeah, of course, no worries.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get answers out of a drunk
What's
guy,
going
so
on
this is
around
all going to
here?
go well.
It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Sewer dog?
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Okay.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Running as far away from this place as I can.
What about you? You seem to be cleaning up bloody footprints.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Are you always open this late at night?
No,
So
it's
she's the one
only
we
since
found
the epidemic
the note
started.
of.
Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, now all these terrible murders.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
And the murders?
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog. What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
Okay.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Okay.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No.
Okay.
I hope I live long enough to see.
So it looks like I can check those stuff. First story said.
This is no place for you. Priwen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are. Slowly, vampire! Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself!
I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
Dr. Edgar Swansea. He's got good blood quality, if I can manage to feed on him, I guess. Treatment for fatigue. These two are healthy.
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I'm a victim too.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Okay, and what is this
And
brotherhood?
what exactly is this brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Okay, and who were you talking
I heard
to?
another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
And what do you know?
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Okay, help me then.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
I'm not so sure.
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I'll demand
I will at
answers.
last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Okay. Oh, I can rob him. Yoink. Anything else of yours I could steal? Interrogate the locals. Understood.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Well, I'm guessing Sabrina, because she seems to be the one that's a little bit more clued in.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
Hello.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to
truth.
Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so
Why
afraid?
are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Methinks Mr. William is a vampire.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
As a vampire, you can force citizens for a meal thanks to a hint. Talk to me about William.
Talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me?
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Don't be coy with me, boy.
Who is he?
William, just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Is he dangerous?
Yeah, like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he
How
tonight?
was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Interesting.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick, bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
I'll be sure to tell him.
I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming
Hello,
to
sir.
them.
May I disturb you again?
You're still ugly as sin.
Thank you.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Alrighty.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to them.
Inspect the boats. That means I'm going back out front then.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Okay. Are these the boats I'm looking for? Maybe not. Nothing shiny. Nothing for me. Oh.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Pick up the note.
What's this? Some sort of note.
Purulent orders, 30 October, from G. McCullum. 2 dock patrols. Object, multiple deaths in the docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast, purge it quickly. Warning, according to recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we like men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. Always search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy Leach Brothers. And I'm guessing
These
they
men,
didn't listen.
They're a company of professional vampire hunters.
Examine the boat.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This Bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Yeah, just a bit.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself.
Not anymore.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Okay. Oh, I can just... whoosh. Cool. Okay. Oh, William. Ha. Ooh, bullets.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Okay, up there.
You ever known McCullum to be wrong about over there! There's one of them vermin!
Can I not change the thing? I didn't want if you did it. Okay, so how do I do the... Oh, there we go. Details. Here we go. That works. And now I can shoot. Okay. Some enemies are resistant. High resistance is red, medium resistance is orange. Powers blood and shadow. Melee and ranged, so he's very resistant against ranged. Kind resistance against melee, but very crap against blood magic. Oh no, there's just no thing about blood magic. So if I...
This one's mine!
Yeah, cool.
There's one of them vermin!
That didn't work out for you, did it? Whoosh.
Sir, step away!
Yeah, okay.
Over there!
I stepped away, right?
Stay close, keep an eye on each other.
I used Lupara. That sounds to me like a shotgun. $160 damage, reload time, magazine 2. Actually, I think that'll probably be better, considering I seem to be doing a lot of close ranged fights.
Get them weapons ready! Weapons ready! Fucking fast! Mind his teeth!
Oh, none of that worked out for any of you, did it? Cool. I am a fan of the shotgun. That didn't work well for you, did it? Is that a box I can search, or is that a box I've already searched? I have already searched that box. Okay. Hideout. Which I guess we're always going to get greeted by the flashy lights of doom. Refill all. Common handle part, lead plate. Is there a thing in here? Let's just check to see if there's any. Yeah, okay. I think I should be able to now upgrade this. You can upgrade your weapons to a new level. To do, you'll access customized slots. Boom. And then an aluminium powder. Nope. What about you? Trigger parts. I don't think I have trigger parts. No. Fatigue. Quinine. Or quinine? Quinine. Which apparently I need for all of them. So now I have a better knife. Time for a nap, I think. Body. Let's have a look at what this stuff is. So we've got body condition, plus 50 health, plus endurance, blood capacity, amount of blood I get, damage when biting, life regeneration when biting. Ugh. And we also have claws. I think getting some extra health might be a good idea. Very good. I could just immediately do that again. also think biting damage. Yeah, there we go. Will that require 300 as well? Yeah. 300, 300, 300. That's 1,000. So weapons are 1,000. Oh, did not see this. 600 concentrate. Okay, makes people freeze and then creates a shield. There might be something to come up to next. Oh, no. Confirm. Okay. And I will very quickly be right back, guys. Okay, I am back, guys. Hope I didn't keep you waiting long. Okay, so that's ammo. Can leave that. Go back to the flashing light of doom. Okay, let's go. Hunt down Mr. William.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
That's because there is an awful lot of dead folks here.
I'll need it to recoil slowly. As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before.
Okay, just unlocked a weapon that can parry, so we'll just pop that there. Okay.
Please stop.
This place reeks of bloodshed. This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, that's a grab. Can't dodge the grab. Do I really want to be drinking from him? No. Excuse me. Ow. That seems to be working pretty well. Oh, no stamina. Okay. There we go. What about you, fella?
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Scal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Excuse me.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. You'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Okay.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
And to collect all of this money while I'm at it. go.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
So that sounds like a bloody
It
good
seems
idea.
I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Looks like the place from Outlast.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
You could stop shaking my hand now. Yep, thank you.
It's locked, all right.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah! It's my turn!
Rotten ore, Christine. Each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
But
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Be more polite.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Okay. Higher blood quality, yep. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to memorize, lead them out of sight. Okay, so who is this guy? No relationships. So basically he's a free 500 XP.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Yeah, screw it. We're eating the guy.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Considering they were fighting in the street, I feel like that might be a good consequence.
To taste a life. To embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden. Such a divine sin.
Okay. Let's head to the hospital. Hello.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Okay. What's the situation
How
here?
are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Invisible enemy?
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Okay, so there's no chance of mesmerizing her. Her blood quality is really high. That's good.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Okay.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Okay. Personal questions. Hint required. Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Come on, I don't have all night.
Of course you do.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
That was quick.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Who's Dr.
What
Swansea?
kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Interesting.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Okay. How's Mr.
And
Hampton?
Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
See you later. Due to the influenza, the hospital can no longer take patients. Hospital's full. Please go back home. Fun.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Interesting.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
Okay.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Interesting.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Interesting. Let's see what
I'd
you
like
got.
to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Milton shotgun bullets. Common trigger parts. Imagine I could sell my own stuff. Yeah. Okay, I need 2 of those. He's only got 1. No reason not to buy those, and some aluminium powder. There we go. That should allow me to craft some stuff. Oh, you must be the doctor.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
You're exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
What's the situation here?
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Oh. It's the same everywhere.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Okay.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Okay. Personal questions? No. Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Does that mean I have more on Miss Brannigan here?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Anybody else I haven't met yet?
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Hello.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
So that's so.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Okay, so describe how you feel.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Okay.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Interesting.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. for I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal, but do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay. Personal questions. Who are you really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Interesting person.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Okay. You have a problem with
If
me?
you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Okay, calm down.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
What's this? Pembroke Hospital, 2nd of November. My dear children, I'm sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him that you are Harvey Fiddick's children. You remember Robert Chadwick, the big guy with the mustache who helped me repair the house doors last spring? Go see him, ask for a few bob. He won't refuse to spare you a few. I'm sorry I can't work anymore for now, but I'll figure something out as soon as I'm out. Don't worry, everything will be fine as soon as Daddy's arm is strong again. As soon as the doctors fix my arm, It was never finished. Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Doctors are arguing about your case.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
Damn.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Alrighty.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Super happy fun times. Okay. What do we got here?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Okay, tell me about yourself.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Okay.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Interesting.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Okay. Let's go talk to your son.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Interesting.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Interesting.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured, you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Sounds to me like we might have a case of overbearing mothering. Okay, let's get upstairs, I guess. Is this Pippa? It is. Okay. Hi, Pippa.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Okay, so... Situation.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Okay.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Interesting little thing in the background there. The reflections seem to be slightly incorrect, unless she has a face on the back of her head.
Why
This
is
lady
Milton
might be Voldemort.
grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Okay. And then personal questions.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Can I not talk to her about the whole thing? Okay, let's go talk to... Hi, Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yep, always. No, life in London, mediocre.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Interesting.
Goodbye, Milton.
You're a new guy.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Interesting.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Okay.
Where were you stationed? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
It's true.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Oh.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Oh, there he is.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion make me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise?
Because
The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Okay.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang
Who
now?
leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Fair enough. How do you feel?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
What do you do for a living, Mr.
Silly
Hampton?
question, really.
I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. It's locked.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
About the use of garlic and wooden stakes. Dear brothers, I must now draw your attention to a very important point. The use of garlic as a protection against vampires. Let's be crystal clear on the subject. Garlic will never protect you against those creatures. No matter how fresh, how strong, and how smelly, garlic is totally useless as a defense. I can never say enough how damaging that novel of Bram Stoker has been. Yes, of course, population of Slavic countries place garlic clothes in coffins. Yes, of course, inhabitants of Santorini Island hang garlic on their windows. There would be so much to write about this place, and someday soon. I hope to go back to this island and further explore its occult tradition. But that is not to protect the living from the devil, it is to tell the dead that they are aware of their malevolence. It is a symbol, nothing more and nothing less. So, by all means, yes, wear garlic, show garlic, hang garlic, and tell the shadows that you are not afraid. But if you are looking for supernatural protection, you will have to search much deeper into the forgotten secrets of the occult tradition. For here is the truth, my fellow brothers. Garlic does not repel vampire, but all fresh plants will hurt them. But all the fresh plants will hurt them. It is as if their body could not stand the presence of botanical elements. I have seen an enraged Vulp flee when whacked with a rose. Yes, a simple rose. I have witnessed a violent Ekon fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a wooden stake. I don't know why it is so effective, but I would give my left arm to find the answer to that mystery. But the truth remains nevertheless, vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants and woods. From Facing the Shadows, How and Why by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. Interesting. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Nurses are needed now. Inquire at the nearest appointment office of Ministry and Labour and National Service, or write to 15 Kingsway, London. I don't think it's anything to do with the fact that they don't have enough room. I think it's the simple fact that they just don't have the staff. Well, it's raining and I'm not taking damage, so definitely water's not a weakness of vampires in this. Which, to be honest, if it was, London would probably be the worst place to be a vampire. Or just the UK in general. Oh, bin. Is this the backyard?
Scowl voices in the garden.
Oh, hello.
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Oh, yeah. Get off me. Easy peasy. These skull ain't shit. Well, that must be the guy's wallet. Photography of a smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever. Okay, so they're together.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Locked.
It's locked, all right.
Okay. Anything interesting around here? Nope. Nope. And nope. Okay. Back to the hospital, I guess.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Hello there.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah, just ended a few.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody's as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
This is true.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
That means I've only got one more clue to find out about you.
Goodbye, Milton.
Let's go talk to Pippa. Hello, Miss Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
This is true.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, upstairs we go. Oh, shiny.
It's locked.
That one isn't there. Long letter. Birmingham, 27th of October. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again and we have many new cases of infection in the neighbourhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor. She passed away 2 days ago and her flat is already occupied again. Jeez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Sorry I did not take time quickly to answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mum, Dad and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favourite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. You should see the little bugger, already driving me mad. And Mum says you bring back some of those marvellous cakes the next time you come home. In your last letter you told me that you were thinking about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There's always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit and it's boring as a day without a shag. Oh, I have a new fiancée. And no, I'm no slut, you moral bitch, you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, better stay in London and join that band that you told me about. The Guard or Priven, something like that. Never heard of them. But if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France, by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can, and give me all the good news before that. I am your affectionate sister, Lucy, Mum. Paul, Mum and Dad. Okay, so Pippa has a sister. Which I suppose we can go talk to her about. Hi Pippa. Come
Good
to
evening,
bother you
Nurse
again.
Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, so now we're gonna head upstairs.
My sweet girl. Treats me like
Help? I'm lost. Okay.
Not now.
Okay, Doctor. Oh, I don't mind if I do. T. Elwood's medical file. Thomas Elwood, male, age 28. Followed by Dr. Tippett. Status, convalescence, date of admission September 16th. Release to be determined. Patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirmed to regularly endure severe pain from his wounds as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of the cicatrized tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt to the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting for punishment for not dying with his comrades. That's a big possibility.
It's locked.
I haven't come across Strickland yet, have I? Folks. No, that'll be Dr. Strickland, because that's what, yeah. Still 3 more people I haven't spoke to in here. We're still in chapter 1 apparently. Okay, so we're in Whitechapel, which means... I mean, London changed a lot, didn't it? Okay, so there's... law documentation. The other stuff doesn't matter, it's just secrets for people. We'll track that, why not? Let's figure that out. Tippett, Strickland, and Aykroyd. That's mine. Let's go do this other side mission before we settle down. Check upstairs. No. Okay. I'll check that one and then this door. That door's locked. Door is also closed. Understood. Okay.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters.
I'm sure that during
Where are they hiding?
You have
I should
all seen
investigate.
things that no one could believe.
Is this
Good
the
evening. I'm
other
Dr.
guy?
Reed.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Interesting.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Interesting. Not afraid of
Are you
dead.
afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself. How did you get this job? After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Okay.
Have we met before? I don't think so, sir. Why? When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead. Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Yeah, maybe not.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here. Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods. Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital. I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people. What kind of goods? With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Okay.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh? No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless. Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept? I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill. Do you really believe goodwill cannot last? As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir. Quite depressing, wouldn't you say? Yes.
Just a little bit.
But the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir. So you're ready to die? No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know. You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana. No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Okay. So
Please
what
show
you got?
me what you have to sell. Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
No, it does. I'm sorry, but those aren't trinkets. Those are drugs. You're selling drugs to people. Interesting. Are you the other doctor? No, you're the asshole. Okay, let's see. Details. Delusional pace. Yeah, despite her obvious mental issues, a woman claims she's been spied upon by some men. She's referring to Pruen. Spy on them and protect. So find out who's spying on her. Suppose we can have a little look-see around her. I think I might have found out where they might be hiding. for you guys, huh? Okay. 23rd of October from Guard Pruin, East End Patrols, Vampyr activity, Hospital Survey, investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in Pembroke. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go in there, observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech, and then report directly back to us. So they are actually looking into her. Curfew. To citizens of London, curfew official health warning. Curfew will be sounded at 9 PM by the church bells. All citizens must keep off the streets until 5 AM. Further notice, citywide curfew has been implemented. It's imperative that you wear your mask to prevent the spread of infection. If any member of your household becomes ill, inform the authorities immediately. Get off. Considering the recruitment of new boys in Whitechapel, I think I found one. Albie is stupid as a stool, but tough. Asked him to prove to me that he could get some jokes on the black market and delivered nice and quickly and nicely. Next time we meet, I'll tell him he's accepted as a wet boot boy and he must now meet the boss to get his orders. Okay. Question is everything going to be an level 18? Because that could be dangerous for me. You're level 12. You're level 10. Okay. Since that looks like danger for now, let's at least go and get in my office and sleep. Okay. Where am I going now? Kinda want to talk to Bernie Face Boy. There he is. Let's see if I've got anything to say to her since I found that thing.
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Okay. Tell me about Thomas.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Yep, okay.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
She's not wrong about that. Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why the
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why do you feel responsible?
I wasn't.
Okay.
You
Tell
told
me
me
about your
before
family.
you don't want your children to see you like this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised me nippers since their mother died. Don't want them to look at me like this.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me. Once. My poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
Your sister's not a child. I'm sure she has nothing but respect for a wounded soldier, and you are her brother.
You don't know my sister Agatha. She may be young, but she's all discipline and morality. If she ever found out what really happened...
She doesn't have to know.
She's a sly one, my sister. One day she'll find out the truth and knock 7 bells out of me. Nah. I'm better off here.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Interesting.
The pain. It's here again.
Liking the characters so far. As depressing as most of them are.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Okay, so what lootable stuffs?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay. Analyze the blood. Okay, so I can make serums that heal me instantly. That's very nice to know. Damage dealt by 10%. Damage. Making it stronger sounds like a better option right now. The scythe, can I upgrade that too? I can. Blood absorption sounds like a good one for that. Revolver. Still need on the trigger part. Yeah. I'll sell some of those because I've got plenty enough. Cool.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Okay, blood barrier sounds like a good idea for now. Vampires afraid of suffering damage are familiar with the hardiness ability. This blood ability will protect the vampire from direct damage. Unfortunately, it does not stop them being grabbed. Can hurt my body, but only if you can catch me. Cool. And then blood absorption when biting. Life regen, yes. Science. Yeah, bullet back just in case. And confirm. Major district defense every night, the consequences of your actions. Okay. He died, so that's gonna go down a little bit, yeah? Okay.
I'm to stay here until my research is complete. I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals.
Okay, guys. I think that is a good place to stave off. We'll be back again with some more Vampyr. Or Vampyr. Probably on Thursday. Tomorrow, I have not decided whether we're going to do the one-off or if we're going to go back to Baldur's Gate. But I hope to see you then, same time. Till then, I've been the Widow with the Bearder. You guys have been fantastic, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Ciao.